What up everyone, it's your guy Meho Sony and welcome to another episode of Sonic Frontiers. So my last video I just solved another island mystery and I completed another hacking mission. So yeah, I hacked a computer outside of the temple and it opened this gate. So now I can get inside the temple and go collect the White Chaos Emerald. And then when I collect the White Chaos Emerald, then I can go battle the last Titan on this island. Well, after I find the purple emerald too, but I'm sure the purple emerald will be with that Titan anyway. So yeah, I guess after I collect this emerald, then I can go battle the last Titan. Okay, but yeah, there's still a few more things that I need to do on this island before battling the Titan. So yeah, I'll just complete all the other side activities and then I'll go fight the Titan. So yeah, let's see, what else could I do here? So yeah, there's the ring gates to another story. I'll do that after I complete the main story. Okay, then there's the side stories with Sage. Okay, I think I'll go do those today. Let's see, what else is there? Okay, everything is completed so far, and oh, there's another island mystery on the western side of the map. I didn't see it. I didn't complete it yet because normally I'm used to completing island mysteries while playing through the main story, but I guess there's one that can be done at any point. Okay, so I'll solve that island mystery later after I finish talking to Sage in this video. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with the side stories and then yeah. Okay, so the first side story with Sage is over here, right back where I started on this island.
You were created by Eggman, right?
Correct. My base code was compiled by him. The scope of my capabilities was vastly modified once I integrated with cyberspace, but he is my creator.
Oh man, I bet he never expected his genius AI would advise him to work with me.
I put forward this scenario with the highest likelihood for survival. That is all.
Okay, so Sage is an AI program. Okay, I think I get it now. Yeah, that's one thing that's been confusing me so far in this game. Because yeah, I didn't know if Sage was a full-on robot like Metal Sonic and every other robot Eggman's ever created, or if she was a cyborg, like a human with robotic features. Yeah, now I get it. She's an AI program. So not exactly a robot, but anyway, let's go and talk to Sage again.
I had secured Dr. Eggman in cyberspace to protect him from the impending destruction. I had hoped to keep out external variables as well. You were not meant to come here.
Yeah, I figured that out. I understand now why you locked my friends in the cyber cages and fought me. I wasn't exactly going to leave the Titans alone either. It's too late for an I'm sorry from either of us. Better to focus on making things right.
Wait, so Sage put Eggman in cyberspace on purpose? I always thought at the beginning of the game when Eggman got trapped in cyberspace, I always thought it was a freak accident. Like the Ancients' technology and Eggman's own technology had glitched and it pulled him into cyberspace. But it looks like Sage had actually put him there on purpose to protect him so that the Ancients' enemy wouldn't attack him if it ever got out. Which it did get out just now. And yeah, it sounded like she intended to only keep Eggman in cyberspace, at least until she knew he was safe. But then when Sonic and his friends arrived, which she didn't expect, then she put them in cyberspace too to protect them. But then when Sonic escaped cyberspace in the very first level, she made the Titans attack him because from her perspective, she thought he was going to release the Ancient's enemy from cyberspace and unleash it onto the world. Now it all makes sense. Oh well, what's done is done, and now we've got to stop the Ancient's enemy together. Okay, so the next mission with Sage is up here at the temple. Yeah, I think I saw her somewhere when I was completing a challenge here earlier. Okay, now let's come back here and complete the side story with Sage right here.
You can't just take control of that last Titan, can you?
I have made multiple attempts, but all failed.
And this is the last one, right? I don't want any more surprises.
I can confirm only 4 were constructed.
Well, then let's do it to it. We're out of time. We've got to save everyone, everywhere.
Okay, so this is going to be the last Titan. I saw there were 4 Titans in one of the flashback cutscenes of the Ancients on Rhea Island. Yeah, there were the first 3 which I already fought, and then there was one more, which I guess I'm going to be fighting on this island later on. So yeah, it's just those 4, and this is going to be the last one. But wait, how is Sage not able to control the last Titan? I mean, she was able to control the last 3 which Sonic fought. Oh wait, but on Ouranos Island she said something along the lines of that she couldn't fully control the Titans, but she could awaken their rage against Sonic. Okay, and I guess that wasn't very effective on this one. Anyway, let's go and start the next side story.
Yo, so did cyberspace actually interact with my brain?
It was designed to catalog neural networks, among other things. So yes.
Alright, hear me out. Do you think all those locations I visited were pulled from my memories?
That is plausible. It imported the data of your memories and applied it to your surroundings, so you could comprehend them.
Maybe that gave me the edge I needed to escape each time. I was covering familiar ground. Go me!
Okay, so every time Sonic interacts with cyberspace, it sounds like the algorithm looks at information from Sonic's brain and his memories and applies that information to the simulations so that he can understand it better. Nice, now I understand why there are so many Green Hill Zone levels, because compared to all the other levels in this game, Sonic has been to Green Hill so many times and he's probably familiar with that area the most compared to all the others. And pretty much all the levels that were in this game so far have been based on classic levels from previous Sonic games, so it makes sense that every time Sonic interacts with cyberspace, it looks at information from his memories, and most of that information is based on all the areas he's ever been to, and the algorithm applied that information to create Sonic simulations, which gave him the edge to understand them better and to escape every time. Nice. Okay, so now the next side story with Sage is at a portal. Okay, so I guess they're probably going to talk about how the cyberspace portals work now, or something else. Let's see.
It looks like Tails was right. The ruins were tech the Ancients used to upload thoughts into cyberspace, but not their bodies.
Correct. They desired to archive all their achievements, creations, and knowledge.
If they couldn't pass it between their own people, they could pass it on to those who inherited this world from them.
This way, they could pass on not only technical knowledge, but their cognizance and intentions as well.
So it's basically a big old backup hard drive for everything about them. That's pretty amazing.
That does sound pretty cool. I mean, it's basically a hard drive, like Sonic said. A hard drive for all the Ancients' brains, their memories, and all their strategies and their their hopes and their dreams. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I guess it also works as a great way to remind other people about what they wanted to do, if in case they forget something. In case they forget something, they could just come to the portals and look at their thoughts that were uploaded to this thing, and then they'll remember. Oh, this is just so awesome. Okay, so that was pretty interesting. Now let's move on to the next side story. Okay, so now let's go to this area. Okay, so Sage went this way, and now almost fell off. Okay, oh no, better deal with these wild dogs quickly. Okay, there we go. Now let's get out of there before they recover. Okay, and here's Sage right here.
The ancients came to this world tens of thousands of years ago. The planet was still underdeveloped back then, and their technology was vastly superior to anything else at the time.
I knew it felt different at the time, but the fact that it was really alien was surprising. The floating building, giant structures, cyberspace. It didn't make sense that such advanced stuff was also super old. But it all came from space, so, well, there you go, I guess.
What would this world look like if the ancients had survived, I wonder? Under different circumstances, I would enjoy running the simulations.
Yeah, now it all makes sense about how all the ancients' ruins and their technology and all the robots look so old, but they're so advanced at the same time. The ancients were from another planet in a galaxy far, far away, and yeah, their planet was superior in technology. So yeah, they were basically ahead of their time. And then when they came to Earth, it was underdeveloped and their technology was so superior. So yeah, the ancients' technology was already advanced, and they came thousands of years ago. So now everything has became old. It became so old over all those years. Okay, anyway, now let's go look for Sage again. So now she came to this area. Yeah, I wonder what would happen if what the world would be like if the ancients had survived. Well, I'm sure this place would be even more advanced than it already is now if the ancients had survived. Alright, and here's the next mission with Sage.
If I understood those visions correctly, the ancients came from space, right? And they were wearing things that looked like the Coco, but they didn't seem, I don't know, alive. Do you know what the Coco really are?
They originated as lucky charms for the ancients. They were never designed to contain their data, their wills.
Yeah, but the Coco I've found do hold the memories of their creators. Maybe the ancients changed them, or maybe the Coco wanted to keep their memories alive after they were gone.
So the Coco used to be lucky charms for the ancients. Okay, now I get why they were just inside the ancients' bodies in the flashbacks when they were still alive. But now the Coco are somehow on their own, and they seem to have all the memories and the wills of the ancients, even though they weren't designed that way. So yeah, maybe the ancients changed them, or the Coco picked up on it themselves. Okay, now let's go look at this next side story with Sage.
Once the ancients landed on this world, they cultivated the islands to be their new home. This place in particular was meant for prayer and reflection. They hoped to live in peace. When they learned their enemy had followed them here, they prepared to defend this world. The walls, cannons, towers, all for a desperate last stand.
That explains all the stuff I've seen on the run. I wondered if they were preparing for a fight. Now I know.
This is where the ancients would gather to simply be together, to cherish those who were left. That is why they recorded everything. Their history, their aspirations, their hopes, their dreams, so they would never be truly gone.
So this place used to be a place of prayer and reflection for the ancients. Okay, no wonder this place always felt so peaceful whenever I passed through here as Sonic. Nice. Okay, so now let's go find the next side story with Sage. Okay, let's see. On the map it says hold on. Okay, the map says the next mission is over here. Okay. Should I fast travel or... Nah, I think I'm just gonna run over there since that area is pretty close. Okay, let me just defeat these wild dogs. Okay, there we go. Now let's get out of there before they recover. Okay. Oh, I forgot Sage was right here by the Chaos Emerald Vault when I collected the Cyan Emerald earlier. Earlier I came to collect the Cyan Emerald from this vault, and I saw Sage just waiting here. Now let's go check out what this side story is about.
I'm so used to using the Chaos Emeralds, it's kind of hard to accept they're from space.
Yes, they were central to the ancients' power and native to their world. They are the only things that can awaken all the functions on the island, and were taken away with the last survivors to another land.
Without the Emerald's power, the island's functions eventually shut down.
That is why I drew them here. I hope to use the ancients' technology to stop the emergence of their old foe.
Wow, so the Chaos Emeralds actually are native to the Ancients' home planet. You know how the Chaos Emeralds always disappear after being used and they could end up anywhere? Well, I thought that someone had used the Chaos Emeralds before and that they ended up with the Ancients in the flashbacks, but it looks like the Chaos Emeralds had always been with the Ancients at the time since they were native to the Ancients' planet. And then, when the Ancients moved to Earth, they designed their technology to function with the Chaos Emeralds in possession. And then when they were being attacked by their enemy, the remaining survivors took the Chaos Emeralds to another land, which is where Sonic, his friends, Eggman, and basically everyone found the Chaos Emeralds and began using them up to now. And then without the Emerald's power, the tech on the Starfall Islands eventually shut down, so then Sage drew the Chaos Emeralds back here herself so that she could access the technology and stop the Ancients' enemy from arriving. That's interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and complete this last side story with Sage.
So, we've got satellite maps today, but I don't think they can compete with direct brain downloads. I can roll with it now that I know it's alien tech, but it's still a bit weird to me. Like, why are the villages missing when everything else is so detailed?
The ancients had a difficult time adapting to this world, adjusting to the new flora and fauna, dealing with technological incompatibilities. Their settlements were under constant revision. The map was designed for a universal knowledge of the islands and their facilities.
I guess that makes sense. And it's probably a good idea to limit the info to make sure whoever can access it can be trusted first.
So that people like Eggman can't access it? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense, actually. Alright, well, I believe that was the last side story. I think now I've completed every last side story with Sage on Ouranos Island, which is basically all the side stories in Sonic Frontiers. Okay, let's pull up the map and let's see if there's any more. Okay. Yep, Sage's icon is marked in gold. Okay, now let's check this. Okay, nope, I don't see anything on the map. Okay, so that's basically all the side stories with Sage completed. So that's basically all the side stories in the entire game. I've completed all the side stories on Kronos Island, Arras Island, Chaos Island, and Ouranos Island. So yeah, there's Amy's stories, Knuckles, Tails, and Sage. Well, this has been awesome. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.